he was driving through town. He's got no safety gear. That was awesome.
Hanging off of helicopters, jumping across buildings.
Because we get up out of the bed, we have sore backs.
Yeah. Dude, I shit you not. I busted up my back trying to pick up the dogs yesterday.
You got to give the guy props, man. He's balls out.
He's a man's man.
Yeah.
He should be running that Scientology church, dude. I have a feeling I'm going to have to talk you off a ledge after this one.
Stick around, cause I am coming back. And I know someday I'm gonna make it bad.
We talk about shit we talk about anyway. Just sit here.
Seriously.
That's the plan. That's the dream. But anyway, all right, let's get to the show. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Nick, John, and Jamie Show. I am John.
Nick.
And I am Jamie.
That was very high-spirited. I'm Nick.
Yeah,
Nick.
sure, why not?
Hey,
Figured
you know
I'd
what?
change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Might sound stupid when I listen to it.
I do the Ben Stein thing.
I know.
I am Jamie.
Every week, man.
Yeah,
I think you just need that.
For dry, cleary eyes.
Oh, by the way, I was talking to my buddy Mark the other day, and he's like, Jamie is roasting you on the time issue, man. I said, yeah, he's a bit of a prick lately.
Yeah. Facts are facts.
Green.
He knows what I'm talking about.
The jealousy is thick. So, we had a lot of things to talk about this week. Ton. There's a lot in the news. We're coming off the heels of Comic-Con. We just did a lovely Comic-Con and a pre-Comic-Con episode. But this week, it's all about the impossible missions or Mission Impossible Fallout. I saw it. Nick, you saw it. Jamie, that's why you're jealous of Nick of all that time.
Yeah, I'm slacking.
That's right. We're going to have to get you a pinch hitter. Someone to at least watch the movies and give you a
Give me Cliff Notes.
deep dive report.
Bring me back to high school years.
Cliff Notes, that's right.
Cliff Notes. Son.
Oh, the internet obliterated the Cliff Notes.
I liked it, though, man. I don't want to go totally into it because I don't want to spoil it.
No, you're
for my
good.
man.
Go ahead. Go for it.
Yeah,
But that bathroom scene was badass.
it's awesome. Yeah,
You know.
it did not disappoint.
I mean, everybody said that the critics came out and they said, yeah, you'll love the bathroom scene is so tight with action packed.
Yeah.
And it really was. It just blew your mind how
Totally.
they were just all going at it.
And real visceral, right?
Oh, it was like, and that Asian dude was bad. He was kicking the shit out of both of them.
Yeah,
But then you find out it was, later on that I don't want to ruin it for Jamie because
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into it. We got some news to get into, and then we're definitely going to. That's going to be
I want to
the
get
topic
into
of the day.
First, I want to get into you lost your card again, your man card for.
I did.
Ooh, Jamie, he cannot talk about Lord of the Rings ever again.
What did you do again?
All right, I'll throw you.
He wasn't a spy, was he?
My fact check. He was a spy. All right, so my fact check. Nick's going to pull my pants down.
You threw it in my face. Like, I lost it again, man.
No, we have to be correct. I mean, we never cop to being the all-knowing, all-seeing Oz. So we have to cop to the shit that we fuck up on a weekly basis.
We should boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Oh, but real quick, Gleam in the Cube came up on Preston and Steve this week. I almost shit a brick.
Dude, because Gleam in the Cube is the shit. By the way, I have that on DVD.
Oh.
No doubt.
I don't know if I should watch
In
that.
that mess.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
It's dangerous. You did like Ghostbusters too, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
whatever. That's fine, dude.
Go back to your fact check.
All right. So the fact check that Nick is chomping at the bit about was last week, and we had a loyal listener hit me up, and Marcus hit me up.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. He was just getting done listening to it. He goes, dude, you're killing me. And so I was all bold in my statement of the fun fact last week, which was, and I called out Saruman the White, the actor that played Saruman. I said Christopher Plummer, which was totally wrong. It's Christopher Lee. And I knew that. And then I didn't even know it when he like I knew it. I know it now, and I knew that I knew it. I just opened my stupid mouth.
Dude,
and
that's a 2 for 2. You could almost go Star Wars there.
I know. I'm
He was
teetering.
Count Dooku, man.
3 strikes and I'm out. Yes, that's right. He was Count Dooku too. But I told him
Targaryen. What was the Sith name? Lord Targaryen. That's
well, that's your card that's coming up on. You're gonna
I don't
cancel
know.
that card?
I'm not saying I know that one though.
I like pussy, so
Yeah,
I mean-
Jamie's the only me. and
That's
you,
why he's not watching anything. He's the only one getting laid out of the 3 of us.
This is true fact right now. I ain't getting laid.
Yeah, so we are going to talk about Mission Impossible. We're going to get into a little bit of the weekend box office like we always do, and then we'll top it off with some news. And we got quite a few fact checks I might want to throw in there. I looked at my notes for the past couple of podcasts. Got fact checks that we didn't even bring up for 25, 26, and 27.
Oh, really?
So-
We just get so
just-
deep in the conversation?
Exactly.
We kinda like,
and then they were like, maybe not. We
Yeah.
don't, and we were probably well over an hour in by the time we got to it. Because we do like to do the talks. So back to box office and to the topic of our conversation this week, which is Mission Impossible. It led the box office with $61 million.
that's pretty good.
sounds
It's-
about right.
How much did they pay for it though? That looked kind of expensive.
Budget, I'm not $178 million on the
No.
budget.
That's not. I mean, that's expensive, but that's not over 200 million. So
No. And the thing is, it's the highest grossing opener for Tom Cruise since, I believe,
Risky business.
No,
The
I
first
think,
one?
Top Gun.
I think War of the Worlds.
What? Huh.
that was a good
Yeah.
movie.
Inflation.
Did you ever see War of the Worlds?
Yes.
that was a
Was
good
that-
movie.
No, it was World War Z, right?
That was Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
War of the Worlds was about.
I remember that. He had the Mustang. He had the GT350 Hertz.
Steven Spielberg directed
Yep.
that. It was
I
really
remember
good.
Yeah,
he was
it
rebuilding
badass.
engines in his kitchen.
Yeah. It was really good.
I guess somebody's here.
Either somebody's here or somebody's breaking and entering. Although they wouldn't bark if someone broke in and entered. They'd be sniffing them and licking their faces. So yeah, Mission Impossible. It's actually been was the highest grossing movie, highest grossing opener of the Mission Impossible series, and I'm pretty sure besides,
Really, I thought the first one did really well.
yeah, the Mission Impossible movies they all do really well, but I think it was the first one. I don't have that info on me anyway. But yeah, it opened up really well. It's gotten. I know what it was. I might be confusing with the ratings. It's the highest rated Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible.
97. You know what I liked about it? Not to dive too deep in it. It was there's a lot of like side comedy, like side like looks, like when they're doing stuff to almost put a little levity to it. Like it's not all just action. You know, and that might be to one of the counter.
Simon Peggs.
Yeah, Simon Peggs.
Yeah.
Him and Tom Cruise going back. Even Tom Cruise had a couple like his facial expressions were like, really?
Well, he throws they get confused because Simon Pegg he's doing 2-dimensional as he's tracking him.
It was funny.
3-dimensional.
Yeah.
So he's doing this overhead view as he's tracking Tom Cruise doing what he does best in these movies, which is run his ass off. And he doesn't realize that he's chasing this other Henry Cavill. He's chasing him on rooftop. And so
Henry Cavill's walking. He's chasing him.
yeah, he's got to catch up to him. And then he gets to this. He's inside one of the higher floors on the building, and he has to throw it's in the preview. I'm not giving anything away. He he smashes the window out because that's how he has to turn left. And Simon Pegg's in his ear going, "What, Benji?" He's going, "Why aren't you moving?" He's like, "You see it, right?" He's like, "I'm jumping out of a window."
Yeah, there was other parts too that were just like
Nice levity.
Yeah, a little levity to it. It was just perfectly put where it wasn't. I mean, it's a little over dramatic. I mean, I was thinking about this while I was watching this, and this is just getting all crazy thinking about real life. But I mean, you think about these movies that come out with these spy movies. How? Not to get all into this, I just want to ask a question. How close do you think these, if anything, ever like this actually came about? Like I know we'll never know.
Oh, you think? You mean real spy shit?
Real spy stuff. Like,
I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be like end of the world spy stuff where somebody was stopping a nuclear weapon. But I mean,
I think the reality is probably a lot less sexy.
probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, look at all the stuff that's going on with like Robert Mueller and those cats that are up on from the FBI. They're like, you watch those guys give depositions,
Yeah.
and they're not. If you know, people within their organizations were in some type of covert operations, they're probably very by the book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's probably not nearly as sexy.
Well, I pictured the Cold War being like pretty. I always pictured that like being pretty like in depth, but who knows?
But I don't think
Yeah.
it's like a James Bond.
No, I don't think
where
it's
the guy.
that
There's an
extent.
all-inclusive
Yeah.
#1 spy in the world.
Nah, I don't think it's like that, but I think to some extent, like to a regular civilian, be like, "Holy shit, I can't believe that just happened!"
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, wow.
Yeah, I was just curious, but it was it really was well done. I mean, I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, me too. I not like, I don't go out of my way to go see Mission Impossible movies. I automatically check the box and go, I'll catch it when it comes out on DVD. Or
Yeah, we said that a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
but as it kept coming closer, I'm like, damn this.
Plus,
just-
there's not much out anyway.
No, there's
Yeah.
not. It was perfectly placed in the middle of the summer because outside Ant-Man 2-3 weeks ago, there really hasn't been much to really tickle my fancy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take the kids to see Teen Titans.
Teen Titans Go. Yeah,
Yeah,
When's
You
that
said-
coming
you said
out?
you
it
were-
just came out.
You said you were going to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them probably this week sometime.
Yeah, you can give us a review on that next
Oh,
week.
yeah,
I enjoy the hell out of the
the
cartoon.
cartoon's great.
I've never
hilarious.
watched. I've never
It's
watched
hilarious,
Yeah, they got deep cuts into some old school stuff too.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
and it's got some like Ren and Stimpy kind of humor once in a while. I like it.
it is.
Ren
a
and
nice
Stimpy,
combination.
you're really diving into it well. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah, I love Ren and Stimpy, dude.
He's a Stern fan, so
Ren and Stimpy were awesome, though. I love that episode where they, when they rip out, was it? Well, I'll fact check. They rip out one of their teeth, and they're like the smell from the teeth. Like, I just remember that episode, so it was hilarious.
all right, back to box office. Mamma Mia is coming in second.
Ooh,
with
staying
just
strong.
in second with $15 million. The Equalizer's third, dropped down to third at $14 million. Hotel Transylvania doing $12 million for the weekend. Teen Titans Go, Jamie, $10 million. Respectable for that cartoon. I mean, that's a
Yeah, it's not really advertised. I don't think that movie was advertised.
I don't think I've seen a trailer for it at all. I could look it up, obviously, but I haven't seen one on TV.
it's a $10 million budget. It made its money back already. You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah,
more
well,
expensive.
it will double that. It'll probably make like
Yeah.
25 million.
That's a
30 million.
no-brainer.
It's a win-win.
Yeah. And Ant-Man and the Wasp still rocking the top 10 with $8 million. Incredible 2.
How much is their total, Ant-Man and Wasp? Does it say?
Ant-Man and the Wasp total gross domestic is $183 million.
It's not bad, considering the movie only took $100 million to make, and it's not even considered worldwide.
Well, worldwide, they're doing almost 400. So
You know, not to get too off topic, but Infinity War on streaming releases tomorrow.
Yes.
And then,
Why the fuck did they do that?
because so me guys like me and John who have time on our hands can
Release
watch
the
it.
damn DVD. I don't buy that
dude,
shit.
you
Or
know what I might
Blu-ray,
do?
right?
I might wait till 12:01 tonight and then just put it on my iPad
Yeah, just
and
fuck
then,
with me.
and then watch it at lunch tomorrow.
Also, yeah,
You're just gonna watch the cutscenes of Thanos. That's all. But did
That's
you
it.
know they're up in Infinity 4 a week?
Yeah, I saw little whispers and whispers on the interwebs about that. They said something about they're probably going to pull the same thing they did last with Infinity War.
Well, see, they wanted everything to launch at the same time, and they the way it was planning, it was going to launch in the UK and in Europe like a week before us.
Oh,
So
interesting.
They didn't want that to happen. I'm assuming because, like we talked about with China. Well, I mean, the reason why China's sales are so down is probably because people already have them on DVD before they come out.
It's called, I looked that up. That was also one of the things that I wanted to look
Oh,
at.
so you were wrong.
No, I,
Kidding.
yeah, I was and I wasn't.
it wasn't Lord of the Rings, so you might be right.
There,
Oh, that's a dig.
Oh,
so about Walking Dead, Jamie.
Yeah.
I
What about it?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. So I can't get that wrong.
you still watching Gotham?
I am. Fact.
Ooh,
Not for long. You got one more season. Now I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
Avengers.
Avengers.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
About they're going to release
About
a
the
week
releases.
early.
I know what it was. So I looked up about why the Asian markets sometimes release later than us. Most times. Two things. One, there's a minor concern with some piracy issues, but not so much because in China, it's actually they want to see. It's a cultural thing. I'm sorry, Japan. It's a cultural thing. They want to see how well the movie does first, so they can incorporate that into their advertising. It's like number one movie in the world. Okay, now we know that we can bring it in, and everybody here will read that and know it's a good movie. So then they'll actually be an extra push for them.
But
to
so
watch
they
the
don't have a lot of piracy issues then?
Not as much as it's not,
Not as much as we think.
It's not. It's still an issue, piracy, especially in China, but not as much. It doesn't impact the timing of the release as much as the other factors,
Oh, okay.
right? So it's like if it's that, and they also have to. They want to make sure that their local movies are positioned better than because they want to.
Because they have their own like Hollywood. I forget what it's called.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I forget where I saw it. I saw it.
It's you don't need to go looking up. It's all right. I'm
Yeah.
I just thought it was because those shits end up on Canal Street.
There is an issue with piracy, but not as much as we thought. That's really the long short of it. And there's other factors.
You would think there would be for American movies if you're waiting 2 weeks to release them. I mean, I know half the people I know can get movies within a couple weeks of a pop around here.
Yeah, and I think that's why people are looking to sell the IMAX theater experience, sell the 3D experience. Really, the dine-in theaters are coming back. It's becoming more of an event thing.
Yeah,
that
the
you go
dine-in's
to.
the shit.
Oh, I love the, or just because I saw Mission Impossible at the Regal, but it wasn't a dine-in, but they still had select seating. Picking your own seats and being
That's-
able to just
I think if they made the food a little bit better, I think it would fucking be.
I think the food was in a couple places that we've been to.
It's
pretty
okay.
Good.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Like the one in Exton's really
Yeah,
good.
it's
yeah,
okay.
Movie Tavern. I like their.
There's like some. I've been to some movie taverns.
Yeah.
I won't name names, but they were just like.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
I've never been to that one.
No.
Yeah. You're talking about the one in Limerick, right?
Yeah, that one's not good.
Yeah.
No, well, it's Collegeville.
Yeah, Collegeville. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I've never been to that one. I only been to the one in Exton, and I like their food there. It's like I consider it the bar
like
food. It's like
any-
going to
Yeah,
PJ
you're right, bar
Houlihan's or
food.
something like that.
It's like anything else. You're not going to get fine cuisine, but then again,
Yeah.
you're not really
You're rolling the
expecting it.
dice. There's a chance you can get the poops. You know what I mean? You're blowing on the dice.
Here's the thing.
You roll 7, you can roll snake eyes. Go either way.
Boxcar.
Yeah.
He's in the can.
Yeah.
So really what it was is Japan, it's more of a marketing tactic. They don't want to risk a flop, so that's why they wait for a successful market out for it to be a success.
That's kind of weird, though, if you think about it, though. Like, opposed to what? Like a flop compared to what? Nothing coming?
how do you know it's going to be a flop
Yeah,
if
and
you
that's
don't put
kind
it
of
out?
weird. Isn't that kind of weird?
They're only 2 weeks behind.
But I mean, how do you know it's not going to be what I mean is,
Solo is a perfect example, right?
Did they air
Solo,
that? I'm sure they could have still got some coin out of it.
but they might have movies that are Japanese for Japan.
Oh,
They
yeah,
might
yeah.
have
I'm not
movies
thinking
that are-
about Japanese movies.
that are
You're right.
Japanese movies. They're going to give them a better spot. and
Yeah,
then
I
they're
apologize.
also-
I was thinking about just American. I was just thinking.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking. See, I'm thinking like a typical American, like a dick.
Yeah, we're not the center. of the
Yeah,
universe.
yeah.
the rest of the world doesn't matter, dude.
Damn me. No, you're right. I was thinking that we were the only movies, but yeah, you're right. I didn't
Yeah.
even think about
They
that.
got Bollywood, man. You ever
Bollywood.
see that stuff?
Dude, billions
That's
and billions of dollars, man.
yeah.
That's the heavy, you got a billion people.
Oh yeah, man.
There's like 3 times as many as the United States.
Yeah. So there was that, and then with the thing with China is China offers top movie release spots to they're also like this to the domestic films, and according to Ford's most of their moviegoers will prefer the IMAX and 3D experience. That's what I told you about as far as deferring from something pirated. So anyway, that was we circle back with the box office. We had Hotel Transylvania, Teen Titans Go, Ant-Man and Wasp, Incredibles 2, Jurassic World still in the top 10 at the number 8 spot with $6 million. Skyscraper. The Rock, man, I thought that was going to be a turd. He's crushing it, man. Good for The Rock.
$124 million later.
Yeah.
Yeah, John wants to blow him.
Cashing checks. Hey, if he's got Mark Hamill, I'd rather do The Rock, wouldn't you?
No.
Yeah, because if you're blowing Mark, only dust might come out. You know what I mean?
It'd take a lot longer with Mark.
Oh yeah, it might take a lot longer. I might be there for a while. Might get lockjaw or something.
Yeah,
but dust might come out as opposed to something I don't want to come out.
I got a mouthful of midi-chlorines.
Yeah.
Ooh. Or if you piss off The Rock, he might kick your ass, dude.
I'd rather
You do
take a
so-
beating than blow somebody.
He says that now, but when we're off air, his tone changes.
So, and then the first Purge rounds out the top 10 box office for this weekend with $2 million. So yeah, that's our top 10. Now, to the news. This is where some cheesy soundboard would usually come in for less sophisticated podcasts.
Yeah, we're low budget.
Casting news.
We're not your mother's basement.
Yeah, we're not your mother's basement.
That's it.
Casting news. So it looks like they confirmed a couple of cast members for episode 9.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas, you probably read a little bit more about this than I did.
Yeah, he's been raging at this guy.
I have. I'm not raging, but I'm curious to how they're going to do what they think they're going to do. Obviously, they bringing in Billy D. Williams.
Yep.
They're bringing Carrie Fisher back because they have deleted scenes that they're going to use her image. They're supposedly not going to CGI her. I don't know how they're going to do this.
From both movies,
Carrie,
right?
Carrie
Yeah.
Fisher.
Yeah,
I have a feeling I'm going to have to talk you off a ledge after this one.
yeah, he might do. He
Yeah.
might. I'm not saying it's going to be good because I don't know how you can.
I'm going to put a leash on you that night when we go.
We're going to take the Luke Cage curse jar.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put this funds aside for a quick therapy
No
session.
sharp objects for Nick.
Take your shoelaces away.
Yeah, right. Time
Yeah.
into the chair, my arms down.
Yeah.
But
Ryan, John, I'll kill him.
wait. Just make sure I'm wearing a diaper because you know I'm going to last through that whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
But the Mark Hamill's back, so we're excited about that. Obviously, everybody's know how they're going to do it. Probably a Force Ghost. I hope not. But they got Billy D. Williams, Carrie Fisher, which is odd because the whole point of the 7th movie was to leave the past behind you. Now they're not. They're adding more.
But your favorite thing might come up: time travel.
No, it's not my favorite thing. Sure,
That was sarcasm.
I know.
Only in Back to the Future
So-
was it good.
But I do think it's interesting.
In the title, Jamie. Back to the Future.
Time Cop.
I
too,
do think
guess.
it's interesting that I've liked the one guy in the comics and Star Wars Rebel villain Thrawn, and I think they casted this guy. I'm not saying Thrawn's going to be in it, but this one guy, this one actor, kind of somewhat looks like him.
He's a British actor. He was in
where's
this
the name?
movie. I really enjoyed it. It was How to Get Ahead in Advertising.
Oh, he was in that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I know exactly. Well, you showed me the picture earlier,
I'm
Nick.
trying
It
to see
was
if I can
good.
find his name. But anyway,
So,
I'm excitedly. I'm like hopefully excited, but I'm not overly excited like how I was going into The Last Jedi.
cautiously optimistic.
That's a better way to put it.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, because JJ does have free autonomy to make this movie, but I mean, how do you fix all the loopholes they fucked up?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm gonna have to allot some time to tell Nick how bad it was, so he realizes right away.
Be strong.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Because I really don't think this is. Going into this, I know it's not going to be.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as bad as the
Yeah,
Last Jedi.
that's my like axe that I have to grind is like I was telling you earlier. Unless something drops out of the sky, like some ridiculous plot that's gonna like blow my mind, which I know is not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the only way I feel it can be rescued. You know what I mean? And that bums me out that I have to go into a Star Wars movie like that, because even with those previous episodes, I wasn't thinking this bad.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't either. I always,
You know what I mean? I
I was
wasn't-
always hopefully like I was like, dude, this is probably going to be cool. Even the Phantom Menace, it was like, all right, it wasn't great, but
but
we're
it
going to
can
get into Anakin's backstory.
It can be
sooner.
rescued.
Yeah,
Yes. You know what I mean?
You just feel like it can't be rescued for how they were doing it.
So that's good casting news. we are cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
to say the least.
What if it's a turd?
What do you do? Nothing.
Disney's in trouble.
I don't think they're in trouble.
No, I don't think them as a whole is, but I think Lucasfilm is.
Oh, yeah.
Because
yeah.
this is, you got to look at like the.
like they're going to sell off the side pieces
Because
too.
the Force Awakens was, all right, we're launching Star Wars again, we own it, and it was a hit. You had these last two movies that, let's face it, Last Jedi was a turd.
Han Solo wasn't that bad.
Han Solo wasn't that bad, but it followed The Last Jedi.
It put a poop stain on it.
It put a bad taste in everybody's
Yeah.
mouth.
Talking a lot about poop this episode.
Now there's no movie here, right? Now there's no movie coming out of Star Wars until not even any shows. So there's not going to be any Star Wars until next December. Not this December, next December.
Yeah.
So this has to hit a home run, or
And that's going to be Rian Johnson's trilogy, right?
after that,
Yeah.
after
Oh, you're talking about. Sorry, I got
episode 9 is not until next
episode
December.
9. Yeah.
But it has to hit a home run, else they're going to be in real trouble trying to sell and market any other movies.
Yeah.
And market their streaming service that supposedly a Star Wars show is supposed to be Star Wars show, and the rumor is Obi-Wan movie is supposed to be in the streaming service, not released on the
Yeah,
movies.
all that's going to
Yeah.
happen is I'll still buy the Millennium Falcon Lego set, but I'll just be highly disgusted about the last couple episodes.
Right. I do think
I just won't even get them.
I do think JJ will make a decent movie.
Yeah, no, he's going to make a good stab at it, and I feel way more confident about that. I just feel bad for him because it's like his head's already underwater.
Yeah, but
You know
he's
what I mean?
pulled off some miracles before. I mean, the guy's a talented dude.
Oh, he's a talented guy, and if they give him free reign to do what he wants,
Yeah.
he's not handcuffed. I mean, I think he could make it really good, but like to Jamie's point, it really has to have a plot that just blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, they just stabbed him in the stomach and threw him in the water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now he's
Save
gotta,
this,
like-
please,
Yeah.
JJ.
Yeah.
And then they offer him the job of Catherine Kennedy, and he's like, no.
Yeah, why would you want that noise?
Yeah.
You know, I got a lot going on over here. I don't want to just take on one project. You know,
So
what I mean?
with the casting news.
Oh, the other thing about the script, George Lucas is supposed to be having a big part in the script. I read an article.
Well, that could be
brought
good or
him,
bad.
They brought
Yeah.
him in on, it could be good or bad.
Yeah, it
'Cause
can go
he's
either
like
way.
he's
Yeah.
one of, but I think it might be good because the reason why the previous one sucked, you made that point before, is he had all yes people around him.
Yeah.
Now it's JJ's show. George is just coming in saying, here's
Yeah, but you heard about what George had planned for the
I did.
subatomic world of the
the
midichlorians?
midichlorians, but
Like-
I still preferred. At least I would preferred his version over The Last Jedi.
Yeah, I don't know. He made 3 not great movies.
Yeah, but we're talking about Snook
Please
coming
talk
out in
about-
gold
all right,
robe.
we're getting off
Okay,
track.
all right.
All right, we're getting
I'm
off
just
track. I
saying.
just wanted
Still
to-
pissed about The
I
Last Jedi. No.
the one thing I wanted to mention about the Carrie Fisher news, her
Her daughter.
is her brother, I think, was saying he basically said, that she was going to be in 9, and Kathleen Kennedy made a statement that he was just confused, and turns out, he was right. He like, I guess she scrambled and was like, I tried to dismiss what he thought was her being in this, cast, Carrie
Yeah.
Fisher being in the cast.
Yeah, she said. I remember when she first heard that she'd passed. Like a month later, she said, "No, we're not going to have her in 9 at all."
But her brother said something like exactly what happened. He said to the effect, basically, yes, they're going to use old footage and they're going to put her in 9.
Right, probably
then-
in early ons and have her like.
But Kathleen Kennedy was like, no, he's wrong.
Yeah.
He's confused.
because she's wrong. She's confused.
Yeah.
You know.
So anyway,
That's a fact.
in other news, James Gunn, we talked about how he got into a lot of trouble for saying a ton of stupid shit on Twitter
10 years ago.
10 years ago. Some really tasteless, tacky, awful, lame jokes.
Oh, it was bad.
And the cast was very quiet at first, and then gave very politically neutral.
I think they felt.
comments.
Well, this is what I think. I think they felled out the landscape because they were.
Yes.
They're like, well, if we jump in now, we could be lumped in. Don't want to get lumped in.
They also
so
made
they
it-
waited for the landscape.
Yep.
Then they voiced their opinion because people would come out, and I was telling you about
Except for some of the cast.
some of the cast, but like Stern came out and made a good point.
He's not part of the cast, though. So stop.
No, but
I'm kidding.
No, I'm doing the fat man on Batman thing. But Howard Stern. But no, he's like he brought up a good point. He's like, even shit that I did 10 years ago makes me cringe that I wish I could take back.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So like, people do evolve. I know it's hard for some people to believe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whether he did or didn't. I mean, it is 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the cast, and the other thing is, you look what happened on AMC. Maybe the cast took a page out of what AMC did and said, maybe Disney didn't, but the cast did and said, well, why don't we wait to find out more information? Because if they jumped to his rescue right away and they found out there was more shit out there that he was saying recently,
Yeah.
they would have looked horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
So you wait until it calms down. Then even if you like the guy, you got to wait back, take a step back and be like, all right, let me find out what's really going on. I want to stick up for him, but I just don't want to put my head out there yet because they could get crucified too.
Yep.
You know, you look at the Matt Damon thing with when
Yeah, he barely opened his
he
mouth
talked
at Weinstein.
about Harvey Weinstein, but he wasn't sticking up for Harvey. He just said there's two sides to every story,
And they beat the shit out of
They beat
him.
the shit out of
Yeah.
him. I mean, it wasn't like he was trying to be like, oh, fuck the women, you know.
Yeah, he did not like those apples.
No,
But
he did not.
there's of course it's Hollywood, so there's just it's La La Land, you know. So there's a lot of hypocrisy that happens, and I think that I would have been like, you're kryptonite right now, dude. It's like, and I know how screwed up this industry is, so I'm going to tread lightly and be very cautious. But I thought it was interesting how it did. Dave Bautista, he didn't hesitate to support James Gunn. Michael Rooker, he didn't hesitate to support him. He plays Yondu, and it's Yondu and Drax basically, and they put it out there, and I was like, I thought that was pretty ballsy. Chris Pratt, he did 2 quotes from the Bible, and then Zoe.
No, I didn't know he was that big into the Bible.
Well, and then Zoe Saldana did something where she was like, it was a little bit more on the, I love all the cast members of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's like peace, love type of thing. But like Chris Pratt is in blooper reels from when he did his Parks and Recs days. There's one time when he keeps getting slapped by, I forget the actress's name who played his girlfriend. And she was like, oh my God, do you have a boner? And he was like embarrassed, like he actually had a boner on set. And he's like, it's never happened to me before. So there's that. There's another time when he he pooped, he farted, and it sounded like he shit his pants. It was on set in front of other people. And then
But they're just accidents.
But then there was this one thing where he said
He didn't like he didn't like say like
there was this a
He didn't want to
cut.
get peed by a 6-year-old.
No, but there was a cut where he was talking about Kim Kardashian, and he's going, or no, everybody's saying definition of a comeback, and he said, "Well, Kim Kardashian."
That's funny though.
But that's funny though.
And I realized that. But imagine if you wrote that down
yeah.
and put it in a tweet without the context of the video or anything like that.
I still think that would be fine.
To some people, it wouldn't. Not
Yeah,
to Disney.
No,
Well, no, you might be true because those Kardashian followers are like hardcore.
But I'm just saying, I'm making a bad point. My point is that
I
if you were
see
to
what
take the dialogue from those blooper scenes, which are, if you see him in context and you see that he's not really being offensive,
It's like a text message.
and you put that in a text, then the lack of context makes it like, oh my God. And then people start to fill in the gaps.
yeah, exactly.
And
It's
they
like
create-
it's like a text message.
Yeah,
like
and
when
they
you text,
create
you
their
can't
own
get
narrative around it.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you got a lot of nervous people in Hollywood firing a lot of other nervous people. And it's a very dangerous thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think Disney did.
Court of public opinion is a dangerous thing.
It is. Chris Hardwick thing.
Yeah, but that's a little different scenario between him and what happened with James Gunn. James Gunn had that tweet out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, and
Those
it was-
tweets out there.
true.
Never took him away. Hardwick was all innuendo about his ex-girlfriend who was trying to get back at him, apparently. So it wasn't like a tweet or a police report or something out there against Chris Hardwick. This is different. This is James Gunn putting inappropriate stuff online, which happened 10 years ago, which is wrong. But he never took it down.
Yeah, but it's
not like
it's
to your
actual fact.
To your point about Howard Stern, it's not like he's replaying those bad stuff.
Yeah. Well, they do play Howard 101.
Yeah, but you're paying for that service.
Yeah.
And,
right.
and Howard is appalled by it now, but to be honest with you, that's what got him to where he is now.
Yeah, fact.
I mean,
So what do you think? Get his job back if he could, or if he should? And by the way, it's like
I'm kind of hoping not, actually. I'm kind of liking the fact that, because like I said, the Guardians 1 is one of my all-time favorites. Guardian 2 was okay, but I felt like
it was falling off.
it's fallen off. I kind of think I wouldn't
I
mind
agree.
them try to put somebody else in there, because it's already following.
But a tasteful pick, not some like Fast and Furious shit going on, right?
No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
You know what, you know what,
Tasteful.
Michael Bay in there?
Yeah, no, fuck no. Fuck no.
No, I agree with that, but I think with Feige, he has the vision. Whatever did I say it right this time? I never know.
You were good.
I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at it. I think when you have a guy like that in charge, you're going to have, like, I think, again, not to go back to the Star Wars, but I think that's why Star Wars is off the rails, because they don't have a good leader in play to say, I want it going this direction. That's why most of the Marvel movies are really good. It's because this guy's up top. He might put a director in there, and the director can do what he wants to do inside the movie, but they can't really go outside the spectrum and change it too much from what he wants.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as long as he's in charge, I think getting a little tweak with a different direction might be good.
Yeah, I think it was falling off a little bit. So yeah, in that respect,
so.
it's not like
Felt like a little stale.
Yeah, it's not like okay.
Well, it's not new anymore.
I think that's also why it's not like they're like in a rush to bring him back too. Because I think if like Feige was in that situation, then there would be a whole different thing going on.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Because he's got like something. He's got the ball rolling. It's good. There's no fall off. He's got bigger of like like the whole franchise per se, or just not. That's like an extreme example, but like
Well, look at Thor. The third Thor.
Yeah.
They put what's his face?
Taika Waititi.
I can't. Yeah, I'm not saying that. But they put him in charge, and I'm telling you right now, it's my third favorite. It really is.
It's definitely the best Thor movie.
It blew my mind. I've rewatched it. It's just easy to rewatch. It's fun. It's just lighthearted, but you have a lot of good action sequences, and it flows well.
Yeah.
I mean, they changed the directors up with that, and they put a guy in there, and he had a different look, different take on Thor and how he should
a
play.
good choice.
Yeah, exactly. So every once in a while, change is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He took what they say.
Russo brothers with Captain America too. I don't know who did the first one. They didn't do the first one, right?
No, I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Anyway, the cast of the Guardians, the main cast of the Guardians of the Galaxy, including James Gunn's brother, of course, have signed an open letter to Disney requesting that he gets his job back. There's a petition on Upworthy or one of those that has over 300,000 signatures for people requesting.
He might, but I mean, it doesn't have to give him
back.
Guardians. Give him another movie. I think having a different perspective on Guardians might do well.
I don't think he should get kicked out of Hollywood per se for, you know what I mean? That's my point.
Yeah.
It's like, let's see if the guy evolved.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like give the guy the benefit of the doubt because he's not one of those guys that has, at this moment, stuck his foot in his mouth again.
Supposedly he's like a super nice guy. Everybody says.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
His sense of humor sucks in the sense like
yeah,
that
agreed. Tasteless, I would say, but even comedians get their balls busted nowadays for stuff they say, and that's their job is to say outrageous things and get people like thinking and laughing. I mean, that's the whole point of comedy. Now his, in his regard, like it's just dude, that's not what you do. So you probably one shouldn't do that, and two, probably select a better joke. You know what I mean? Like if you are gonna do that,
trust your PR person, dude.
Yeah, stick to the chicken crosses the road or something like that. You know what I mean?
And not because never mind.
Yeah, and not because a 6-year-old peed on him. Yeah, but like I said, like I think if it was somebody different that like ran like a trilogy, I can't think of one off a hand, like a Zemeckis or something like that,
or
who did
Guillermo del Toro.
yeah. But something like that.
Duralgo.
That's another good
Peter
example.
Jackson.
But that's another good example. If this happened to him, I think it would be totally different. I think like
Well,
I think
that isn't right.
I don't think so. I'm telling
you, you don't think so?
I don't
If
think
he's got
so.
a franchise rolling
Oh,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah, come on,
You're
man.
thinking. I'm thinking
They
money
bury
wise.
bodies.
Yeah, they would hide stuff for money.
That's difficult to say because so many people are so sensitive to these days, and the fallout could be huge if they don't. If these companies don't handle it right.
Yep. So I think we all pretty much get it. It's like, yeah, it's the same message. He fucked up, but
Yeah.
people are petitioning. I think one point to bring up is that yes, he put it online, but in comparison to some of the horrific stuff that you're hearing out of Bill Cosby and Weinstein,
Nobody's waking up on top of you.
I don't think he should lose.
He's not jacking off into a potted plant.
And and you know what? There's probably
he
worse
should
things
lose
going
his
on out
career.
there. Look at our president. I'm not going there, but come on. That guy still has a freaking job.
Yeah, he got promoted.
Yeah, right.
Well, maybe not if you look at his finances. But all right, so moving on. Well, actually, in related news, and we touched on just for a fraction, Chris Hardwick has been vindicated by AMC and has been given a chance to resume his role as host of The Talking Dead.
Which I like him. He's a good host.
Yeah, he
What
keeps
happened-
it moving.
I can't figure out though what happened with the Nerdist deal because they totally washed their hands of him.
Oh, really? They
didn't
just
see
booted
it.
him out, huh?
Yeah,
didn't
they
even-
scrubbed that.
They
place
scrubbed
clean.
them, and then. But what happened now? Like,
Maybe he can
don't know.
sue them.
No.
yeah, but I don't know. But he got bought out, right?
He got
like
bought out
he sold
outright.
it,
I think it was
but he
like
still
$10
had.
million.
Yeah, but didn't he still had vested interest in there? Didn't
No,
he?
I think
If he got
made
bought
clean
out, then
break.
no.
I think he made a clean break because he actually changed his podcast, which was The Nerdist. It was Nerdist. I forget. Yeah,
Yeah,
Nerdist.
that was his podcast.
And he changed it to ID10T, which is like it looks like idiot,
I got to listen to it.
but it's a
like him.
programming term.
What does he just talk about? All geek stuff?
He has great guests, man.
Because
I don't know.
He's
it was-
famous.
Well, I think it was because Walking Dead, and I think he shared mutual representation with.
No,
a
what was
lot
the
of
show with
people.
him and Jenny McCarthy back in the day? Dude,
That was
Dude, I remember that was a good show.
I didn't even know he was
Singled
on it.
out?
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
it was.
Then it was Carmen Electra after her. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jenny
but
McCarthy
I'm
looked
talking
like
about
she
the
beat the
OG.
shit out of everybody.
But I'm talking about the OG one, dude. That was
Yeah,
good.
yeah, that was
him and Jenny McCarthy, and then
The
Beavis and
crazy
Butthead
Jenny
afterwards.
McCarthy.
yeah,
Hell
She was
yeah, dude.
nuts. She has some big tits though. She's isn't she married to one of the Backstreet
Donnie
Boys?
Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg, yeah.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
she was married to Jim Carrey for a minute, wasn't she?
Yeah, that too. She ruins everybody's career, but Donnie's was already ruined, so he can't go there.
Hey man, he's retouring them. New Kids on the Block.
I heard.
And then he's on Blue Bloods.
I
right?
will say this though,
Wait, who's
him
got-
and Band of Brothers, he was awesome in that.
He was
Yeah.
awesome in
Well,
that.
he does. He's on a show now too, like that Blue Bloods.
Is he on that show?
That's
Yeah.
one with Magnum, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yes.
He was drama in.
Yes, he would have been the drama.
Yeah,
yeah. So moving on, just real quick, Rosario Dawson, Iron Fist. We got Iron Fist coming up next.
Oh, you see the second trailer?
I did.
It plays homage to the comic book.
Yes, the mask.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
It's the yellow mask, and it's got like these black outlined eye holes. But
But
yeah,
he's like tied to the other one, and they got a fight or something like that. Or was I looking at that wrong?
I don't think it's tied to the other one. I think they were holding the band in between. It was kind of like a
and I'm assuming
knife
that
fight.
was like his best friend that he was like challenging. I'm guessing.
I don't
Didn't show
know.
his face.
I don't know if it's. I haven't like even when the comic was out, Nick. I wasn't an Iron Fist and Power Man guy.
But you know how the first season of Iron Fist ended with his old
Yeah.
best friend and his old, not girlfriend, but the girl she grew up with that he was
Yeah.
friends with, teaming up looking to go take revenge on him or something like that.
Yeah, I got. I'm still not done watching rewatching the season. So
Well,
Did you start it though?
I started like 10 minutes into the first episode.
Okay.
And he started snoozing.
I did. I went right out. And it was just tired. It wasn't good.
It's just him not pulling you in.
So Rosario Dawson, she's not going to be in Iron Fist the next season. So Rosario Dawson, she plays Claire or Alias Night Nurse.
Well, that's kind of good because she can't keep. The only reason why she was good for all the other ones was she was pulling them all in together.
Well,
which is fine. They're already in together now. They don't need to be in together.
Okay, folks, there was a little bit of a jam up. We had some technical difficulties, but we are back, and we're going to continue with the conversation. We're still in the news. And
this is not your mother's basement. So. Shit happens, man.
Yeah.
Shit happens down here.
Some
dude.
of the pipes were leaking. They got on the equipment. We had to rewire things. We're
John's VR machine in the corner over there. He was a little worried.
totally shorted out.
There's not $1 billion operation here.
Not yet.
Someday, Jamie.
That's right.
My wife goes, "Why are you doing this?" I said, "We're gonna make money off this someday." She goes, "No, you're not."
Wish in one hand,
Probably not.
shit in the other.
Probably not. But we're having fun.
Yeah. For sure. So we were just left off. We were talking about Rosario Dawson not being a part of the Iron Fist cast for the next iteration of Iron
Then you
Fist.
said there was only 10 episodes, and we went from there,
That's right.
which is good.
Yes.
Because to Jamie's point earlier, there's a lot of bullshit in the beginning of these.
Hey, chop the fat, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cut the lard.
Yep.
Get right
10
into it.
episodes, I think will be sweet.
If you want to have a little drop back story for an episode or two, I get that. That's fine. Don't give me 6 bullshit episodes
Yeah,
of
it's not even
build me up.
Yeah, it's those episodes, the first couple episodes of the Jessica Jones and stuff like that, and Luke Cage, where it just like drags on. It really doesn't go into anything, really.
No. And
It's
if
just
it
like a
wasn't-
bunch of fucking waste.
And if it wasn't for being a Marvel property, and I like
I would have
99%, I would have bailed too. I probably wouldn't have got the end of Luke Cage and saw it through. Or
because
Jessica
Luke Cage
Jones.
in the middle and the end was awesome, but it was
Yeah.
just like the beginning. It's like, wow, this is fucking dry.
I enjoyed that last season 2 of Luke Cage way more. Than
I enjoyed the
first one.
last 5 episodes.
Yeah.
A hell of a lot. The first 8 were kind of
Dry.
really hard to get through.
Yeah.
And he's not the best actor in the world.
No, he's not going to get an Academy Award anytime soon. But
No.
I've seen really good actors not act well
She
because
didn't.
of the direction and the dialogue.
She didn't. She's actually usually a pretty decent actor. In Luke Cage, what the hell's her name?
The actress that plays Misty. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
She's usually a good actress, but whatever they had doing to her, I don't know if it was her or was the direction. She's off the wall half the time. I didn't really understand where she was
a little
going.
Clunky,
Yeah.
but we're not actors, so we can judge.
That's what we do. That's what we're here, John.
Right. The only other thing, I got a couple other things, but I think. Oh wait, you guys are really excited. They're rebooting Charlie's Angels. Did you hear?
Really?
Fantastic.
Yeah,
What the fuck, dude?
The show or the movies?
It's going to be a movie, and
Oh, God. Who's going to star
Let's
in
rake
it?
the civilians over the coals again.
it is going to be
Cash grab.
Kristen Stewart, Ella Balinska.
Oh, they're going to do like a comedy.
Who's Ella
and-
Balinska? Is that the girl
I
from
don't-
Pitch Perfect?
I don't know who the other two
Well, they'll
actors
add a
are.
little comedy to it. That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
Kristen Stewart's not funny at all.
no, she's hardcore serious.
Yeah.
Although she
Oh,
was on
no,
SNL. She
I'm
was funny
sorry.
on SNL.
Was she really?
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I honestly don't know the other actresses, so I know
So-
Kristen Stewart, and that's
Wait a second. I'm thinking of the wrong person. That's why.
She's from the
Yeah, the
Twilight.
Yeah, that bullshit my wife likes. Oh yeah. I know that.
That's
yes.
what my wife likes too. She always tries to.
No, I was thinking of. I don't know why I was thinking of her, but the SNL chick.
Kristen Wiig.
Yes, I don't know why I was thinking of her. I was
Yeah,
like,
Kristen Stewart's not funny.
yeah, then definitely not.
Kristen Wiig is hysterical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Fucked up. Fact check
I
on
had
myself.
a feeling you guys that was a little.
Well,
bit of
you
a-
covered yourself there, so you're fine. It's
Yeah,
when you don't
Kristen's-
cover yourself and you end the show and you think you know it all and you don't.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
deflate my balloon.
guilty as charged.
What else? Is in
We
there?
got Stranger Things season 3. It's going to hit it's a little bit of a delay, but it's going to hit in the summer of 2019.
I heard they wanted to do a different time, which is good because they got to change it up because you can't keep I hope
I like the Halloween thing though. I, thought
I
that was
do
a cool,
too,
that was a
but-
cool motif.
It
if you
was.
will.
It was.
Yeah.
But how
Am I
many
using that
times
word
can
right?
this, one town go through this crap?
No, I know, but I like the timing, like right around Halloween. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
It makes for a really good neighborhood setting. Like everybody, I mean, we're all East Coast kids, right? So we know the season's changing,
Yeah.
and we get a sense of
Yeah,
fall.
comforting, I guess. a little
Yeah,
bit,
it sets its own mood just by having something set around Halloween.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So summer next year.
Summer next year. Looking forward to it still. But I agree with you guys. It should take. Hopefully, they'll
It's
switch.
going to
it
get
up.
weird soon because the kids are going off to college and whatnot.
Alternate Carbon's releasing a second. I'm thinking they might do a third
I
because
think
it's
it's
3 books.
Isn't it Altered Carbon?
It is Altered Carbon.
I don't want to.
Absolutely right.
I don't want to get him fact checked later on and be like,
Just writing it down in my brain.
Nick's a dick. He said alternate carbon. Like John's like, and he's
John's just itching at the bit to get me, dude.
John's
He's
got like a
itching at the
smirk.
bit.
I was trying to save you there.
Well, thank you, Jamie. I'm looking forward to it. The whole premise is supposed to, I was telling you earlier, is the second book, from what I read online, is all about, takes place like 30 years in the future from where he was, not from the future where we are, because it's already hundreds of years in the future. And it's who is Hawkeye? Not Hawkeye.
Falcon.
Falcon from the Avengers, that guy.
Anthony Mackie.
And they can do that because it's all sleeves. So you just jump into a different
Yeah.
body.
Yep.
Same character, same main character, but different person. And then he fights in some kind of rebel war. And then the third book, if they do a third season, I don't know if it was greenlit for the third one, but in the book I read, it was supposed to be a backstory on his past. And I
Okay.
guess it all ties it together at the end.
I'm down. I mean, I enjoyed the hell out of Altered Carbon, so why not? I was happy with the first iteration, that first season. Yeah, so sign me up for some more. For sure.
I'm psyched. Can you tell?
I think I can tell. I can see it's written all over your face. Yeah. Do you guys know who Tom Wilson is? He's an actor. Jamie.
Refresh my memory.
Well, he's best known from a very known movie called Back to the Future. He played Biff.
Oh shit! I should have known that.
It's
But I know that. Yeah, I fucked
He
up.
was trying to get you.
Yeah.
See, John, you got to watch him, man. He's all about catching people on their genres.
That's right. I got you guys on your heels now.
It's like a screen door on a submarine.
He's going to be cast as he's going to have a reoccurring character for one of the main characters in I believe the guy is Commander Steele in the Legend series, the CW Legends of
I
Tomorrow.
didn't know he was still
really?
acting.
Oh yeah, he's still acting. Does some voice acting. Of course, there's always
Well, he was that
always
cop too in that one movie. He was like that police. He was like a cop or security guard in that one movie.
What?
Yeah, I'm not.
Damn, I can't think of it. No, I'm serious.
Can
He
you
was.
be a little bit more specific?
I know.
That one movie with that guy. And
No, well, he was a cop or like a security guard. I can't think of it. It was like a couple years now.
But yeah, he's still working, and he's going to be visiting the DC television universe in Legends of
I
Tomorrow.
don't like Legends, man.
Yeah, some
I've
people
never-
have
I've
that.
never-
on
I like the
Outlook.
Flash. I love the Flash.
I've never watched it.
I really like the Flash.
Yeah, it's not bad.
The Arrow went way the fuck out in the weeds.
I know. You
when
have issues.
Dude, my biggest issue with that, though, is like everybody in the fucking town knows who the Arrow is, and then all of a sudden they don't know. Then they know again, and then they don't know? What the fuck are we talking about here? They don't have the Men in Black thing where they stick up in the air and everybody forgets.
Yeah.
That's why I don't watch
Are they
those
all,
shows.
or do they all have like a 10 IQ? I mean, I don't know.
I think I stopped watching those shows when Smallville left. I kind of gave up
I'm
on
telling
them.
you.
It just pissed me off.
I'm
too
telling you,
much.
The Flash is pretty decent, man.
I know my brother Ted always talks to me
I
about
like
watching
The Flash,
and
dude.
I see it on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. It's one of them, Amazon Prime or Netflix. I can like binge watch, and I just never get.
My
into it.
only complaint about The Flash is not so much this season, but the season before. they were giving everybody like fucking powers.
Everybody had the Speed Force.
Yeah, and everybody had the Speed Force. I'm like, come on,
kinda
man.
gets
You
cheesy.
can't go into a damn convenience store and get yourself some Speed Force. Like, they gotta like earn it. You
I don't know,
like,
Nick. Is Pepsi doing Speed Force these days?
Oh, we're working on it, dude. It's coming. Yeah, enough caffeine, anybody could get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least they'll think they're there.
That's right. I had 4 Mountain Dews and a thing of Fun Dip, and I thought I was traveling through time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just thought that'd be kind of almost a fun fact.
I got something to add for just Dinklage is going to be playing
Rumpelstiltskin?
Rumpelstiltskin. I think that's a good casting.
Dude, the funniest, one of the funny things about that is that Rumpelstiltskin is an imp.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that was his
Claim to fame right now.
well, that was like the derogatory term that everybody referred to him
as a midget.
into Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Oh, there's the imp.
Yes.
Where's the imp?
Yeah.
You know?
So it's kind of like.
Now he's embracing his impish.
But why not, dude?
yeah.
I mean, A, he's a good actor, but nobody
Amazing.
would have known who he was if he didn't take a role that was for an imp.
Yeah, let's not be stupid, right? I mean, if there are physical actors like Peter Mayhew wouldn't have got hired as Chewbacca if he was the size of Warwick Davis.
And what's great though is he owns it, man. He doesn't
Yes.
he's not at the point which he probably could just say fuck that, but he's not too good for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
And
coming to play.
No, I think that's a good point.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
And we all love him, man. It's
He's awesome.
Even
The
in
Dink.
even in Pixels, he was funny. I thought he was the best part of that movie.
Yeah, he's great. He's fucking great.
It was such a pleasant surprise. Spoilers to see him. Who am I
In
saying?
Avengers?
F you if you didn't see Infinity War.
I'll be watching that tomorrow night, baby.
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
With the 30 extra minutes of Thanos.
Yeah, fuck you, digital release bullshit. Like, just sell the damn DVD, print it on that fucking piece of plastic, and ship it the fuck out there.
Too many pirates, man.
Whatever, dude.
Just kidding. So, one last thing that I have in news is Deadpool director David Leitch, something like that. He signed on for directing a Bruce Lee's
I saw
Enter
that.
the Dragon.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't see who it was, but I did see they were
That's
doing
badass.
a remake
Yeah.
of that. Who are they going to get to be Bruce Lee?
I did not see
character.
casting
Oh,
yet.
that's
But
it.
Because that movie is
How the fuck
one,
you-
that is one of my favorite Asian made movies.
Did
if not
Brandon
the-
Lee have any offspring or no?
No, he has a daughter.
oh, does he?
Does he? I didn't even know.
Yeah, he had a
that.
daughter and a son.
I didn't know if he had any
Because
kids.
years ago when they gave him a tribute to considered the Last Dragon, she did an interview. She goes, "When I was growing up, I never tell people about who my dad was because they always say, now when you're growing up, you're like, Dad's so tough." She goes, "Yeah, I just would say I'd never said anything, but in reality, my dad could kick your ass."
Dude, he was. I think we talked about this before, but Brandon
Yeah.
was awesome too, man.
He was. I don't know if he was like that high up in the karate and all that. I think he knew it. I don't think he was like.
He wasn't a Bruce Lee.
Or level his dad. And there's only been a few guys that.
Yeah, but that's
in
like
modern
being like
history-
Michael Jordan's son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like the same type of
Yeah,
deal.
yeah. You're not gonna.
Dude's like the pinnacle.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Do you think this is hollowed ground, or do you think that you trust this
I'm
guy with a
into it.
remake?
No, I think it can be done. I mean, it all really comes down to the actor they got.
I'm
I
into
mean,
it.
I don't think it will ever replace the first one, but I would watch it. For
I
sure.
don't. But I hope to God that they do not cheese it the fuck up where they pick like LeBron James to be the
yeah.
one
I just
guy.
watched-
You know what I mean? Like some stupid shit like that. I hope they don't pull some shit.
I
like
just
that.
watched a movie they made like a year
I
or
hear
two
you.
ago about Bruce Lee, the story of becoming Bruce Lee or something like that.
Yeah, that wasn't too long ago, right?
It's fucking corny as shit,
it bad?
dude. They made Bruce Lee out to be some it was just not good, dude.
Like mystical.
No, the opposite of that. It was like he was just some like American brat, you know, and all some other, and it was kind of like Hollywood.
Yeah, what's
up
next?
cheesy.
You're gonna shit on Chuck Norris?
Yeah,
The fuck.
He's 140 years old. He still kick the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris used to work out with Bruce Lee
Yeah,
all
Nah,
the time.
I did know that.
But it was-
Roundhouse kick your face off.
But I'm thinking about some of the scenes that were in all those movies that this guy was the stunt coordinator for, or in charge of stunts. Remember all that we went through this guy's pedigree when he got the reins to
Oh
take
yeah,
over?
no. I think it's going to be fine in that aspect, but
You think
when
of
it
that? Sorry, go ahead.
when it comes down to it, you really got to find the right actor. Enter the Dragon. I don't know if you guys remember. He goes,
yeah.
Oh yeah, it goes to that island. He gets in that contest, and it's just like he shows the 1-inch punch, and he brings out nunchucks, which is the first time nunchucks ever got on the screen.
Fucking movie was awesome.
That was awesome.
Dude,
He's
that,
like, "Whoa!"
that movie
Yeah,
sticks in my
baby.
head, dude.
There's so many iconic moments.
The fight scene with the mirrors.
The
that's
mirrors,
the
he
mirrors.
starts breaking all the mirrors.
So think about some of the stuff that you saw in Deadpool. Think about the fight scenes that you saw in Atomic Blonde and that type of choreography and stuff like that, and then put that lens on a Bruce Lee movie.
Yeah,
Did you know he had
down.
to?
Yeah.
Did you know Bruce Lee when he was doing his movies back then? They didn't have cameras that could keep up with him, so they asked him to slow down.
I'm down.
That's his badass.
I'm not-
right
that's
there.
awesome.
I'm
And he
not
was
a-
fast in the movies. And you're like,
Yeah.
I'm not a reboot kind of guy, but I'm down for this.
yeah.
me
So
too.
am I.
I'll take this. I'll take it for a spin.
Yeah, me too. And then last, and this is kind of Lee, so we're going out on a little bit of a fart on the news. But DC has rebranded their film business. It used to be DC Films. Now it's the world's, plural, of DC. I'm like, you.
Dude, if we had like a soundboard, you do like a boner going down. Thanks.
Thanks.
What was that again? I
don't know.
didn't even retain that. You said it 2 seconds ago. Fuck that. What is that?
They should fire their
The
marketing
worlds
arm.
of bullshit? Is
the
that
worlds
what
of DC.
Who's their marketer?
Exactly.
Fuck you, dude. He's like the fucking what's his name of Star Wars. Fucking I don't even retain that guy's name because I don't even put him in my. I don't even bother to put him in my head.
There's no file in the old file folder in your brain.
And Kathleen Kennedy.
All right, what are we moving on to? Because we've chomped off a good bit of our episode. So what we're moving on to, we're going to go on to the topic of this week's discussion, which is
I forgot about the movie.
Yeah,
we were talking about other shit.
which is Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible. This being the 6th movie out of the Mission Impossible franchise. Tom Cruise, of course, heading up the movie or
The
leading.
Fountain of Youth.
Yeah.
Dude.
Although, go back to the first Mission Impossible. He looks like a kid.
No, but I was telling Aiden this. I said,
He was old.
I
then,
said
too.
He's in his 30s, early
He's-
30s, younger than you.
Is he 50
Was he early
He's been
30s?
doing this since 96, like 22-year-old
No shit.
years.
I you know what? For some reason, I thought they started like late '90s, early 2000s. I guess
No,
not.
man.
No,
They've been doing it
it
for-
was 10 years after Top Gun. I think Top Gun came out in
Yeah.
86.
No shit.
So it's
It was like
starring-
rejuvenated his career. He was going nowhere for about 10 years, and then this came out, and it rejuvenated him.
Huh.
So-
Yeah, 90s. He's been doing it since 96. And this movie, the Mission Impossible Fallout, Nick and I, we decided to thunk down some cash and check it out this weekend. Jamie, again, you didn't get a chance to do so.
I cheaped out.
But it's
I had
basically
the kids.
I haven't gone to a Tom Cruise movie in the theater since we mentioned this earlier, since War of the Worlds.
Yeah, I just can't take a 3 and a 7-year-old.
I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever gone to a Tom Cruise movie.
to an ass kick.
That was the first one, yeah. I usually just watch them when they come out. I mean, I liked them. I liked Day and Night. That was good. I liked the last one he did with, had that plane, what was it called, American Made or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
That was really good.
He does great movies. I just don't go to the theater
Yeah.
to see him.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're decent movies. It's
So-
just, he's
so-
not that draw for me. I'm gonna
So be honest. Was it the couch jumping Scientology, Tom, that took you out of his favor, or you going to see him in the theater?
No,
Like, you know how sometimes the personal life of some actor
That
can
doesn't really bother
can
me.
get
that
in the
doesn't
way?
bother me either.
Unless they're like a prevert.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, unless they're like into like some weird.
to be honest
like,
with you, I don't care about a Scientology shit.
Yeah, I
I think
don't give
it's
a shit.
weird. Don't get me wrong, but Teach his own, man. You believe whatever the fuck you want.
I'm right
that's
there
what I'm
with you.
saying.
I'm right there with you. I don't give a shit either, but it's one of those things where
And he doesn't push it on you either. So
Yeah,
it's
so
not like
who
he's up
gives a
there
fuck?
like every other basketball or football player. I just want to thank God, you know what I mean? And they're pushing that agenda. He doesn't do that. I mean,
Agreed.
it's a bullshit religion. Sure. Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah.
He makes good movies. I enjoyed
seriously.
it.
Wherever they're shooting him up with, too, by the way. I mean,
He
dude,
looks like he's in his early 40s, but
Yeah,
he's like in his
seriously.
60s. Isn't
so he's 56.
he? Damn.
So he's been doing
That's
this.
crazy.
He's been doing this for 22 years. He did 100% of the stunts.
In this
that
one.
were-
He broke his
shit.
ankle, though, this one.
He broke his ankle on
I think
the
it was
roof
jumping
jump.
off the roof one, right? That's what I thought.
Yep. He broke his ankle, so he was
When he
laid
was
up.
running out the window. I'm jumping out the window.
You kind of see the face he probably made when he did. He's like, ah, you know.
Ooh, I'm not a superhero.
No, but it did have a little twist in it. I like that. You know what I mean? Even though I picked it out. I did.
Yeah, did
as
you?
soon as he handed the phone over, I noticed the phone wasn't cracked
Yes.
because it was cracked in it when he was in the when they were in the bathroom.
Yep.
Then he handed the phone over. Oh, this was Hunt's phone. I'm like, that's not cracked. So how's that Hunt's
Yeah,
phone?
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, he's the guy. Damn it! I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah. So we might slip on a couple of things, folks. What we're going to do is say it's definitely a go see. We enjoyed it. So if you're worried about any type of spoilers after this, then maybe pause and come back and visit when you've seen the movie. But yeah, it was 98% on Rotten, 86 on Metacritic, 87% on Google Movies, and
pretty
then
high.
8.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
It's good, man. It's entertaining.
It is. It's a little long for my taste.
How long
It
was
was. It was.
I think it was 2:15 or two and a
They had
half.
to pull it together. It took a little bit to see. The whole thing is, you had to figure out they just when they had to release who the bad guy was. I thought that was kind of clever how they got him to admit himself, because at that point I didn't know that was actually Benji.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I was like, that was clever. I knew he was the bad guy, but it was just clever how they got him to admit it.
Yeah, that was awesome. So Jamie, so really the lots of action, ton of action. The thing that and I had to read up on this. Yeah, he did 100% of his own stunts. He did the helicopter corkscrew. He flew the helicopter.
He did fly it.
Yeah.
They probably had a backup though,
Dude,
just in case.
he's had a license.
since Top Gun?
Well, he's had his pilot's license for planes for a while, but I think he spent 2 years getting its pilot's license for helicopters, and then he would train for up to like 16 hours a day flying the helicopter to learn the maneuvers for the movie.
Yeah, because that's the hardest thing to
This is
hover.
a little outside. Was about Tom Cruise. I just recently read something. Who was the girl that was in what the hell's her name? Back to the Future, who played his mother.
Leah Thompson, is that?
Yeah.
Leah Thompson was in The Outsiders, right?
Yeah.
She owes Tom.
Was she?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because she was in an article talking
Look at
about
this guy.
she-
He's already on you.
yeah.
But he's John's on the case.
She owes Tom Cruise a huge favor. She
He's
was
the
like-
Matlock to your bullshit.
Yeah. She was praising him. She was praising him because in The Outsiders, they wanted her to do 2 naked scenes. And Tom Cruise stuck up for her. And so
Oh,
this is
really?
before he was even big time.
That's pretty cool.
So, he didn't have to wait. He didn't produce his own movies back then. Obviously,
Yeah,
it was one of his first
I
movies.
see what they were thinking, though. They're
And then
like,
Tom Cruise said, fuck it. If you're going to make her do it, one of them, you're going to make me do. I'll go naked.
well, you know what they were thinking? They're like,
Oh, really?
you know what they were thinking? You slept with a duck.
Yeah.
You might as well.
Well, that was before, but they
Nah,
figured
yeah,
that she would
that's
have
the
that fast.
That's a joke.
I know it's a joke, man, but I'm just clarifying for our listeners.
Yeah. Nowadays, yeah, I guess you're right.
It was. I don't know if it was. I believe you, Nick.
You're going to get me
Look
next
at him.
week.
He's-
Lamar.
I'll get you next.
He's trying to crack the case.
I'm like salivating.
He's trying to crack
over
the case. He's like-
trying to get one over on Nick. Anyway, moving on.
But the movie was good. And I thought, you're right. I don't think it was maybe like 5-10 minutes too long.
Yeah.
I do like how they introduced his wife back into it. You know what I mean? I thought that was
awesome.
I thought that was a little cool, especially how they introduced her. They said he said Henry Cavill was the bad guy.
Yeah.
They get Tom Cruise to get in line with them so he wouldn't fuck him over. He's like, well, I'm your wife's guardian angel. I know where she is because she's supposed to have been hidden for years. And you're like, oh, fuck. You're like, he's going to hold this over his head. Then they go to this place
And
where...
Henry Cavill is a CIA assassin.
Yes. But he was
a
the bad guy.
badass.
He was the badass and the bad guy the whole time.
Yeah.
And then they go to this place where there's supposedly a smallpox outbreak, but it was all made up. Well, it actually happened, but it was made up so they could put some bomb there or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's there. Tom Cruise gets there at the end to help save the day, and he's like running through the medical facility, and she says, Ethan? And he turns around, and she's fucking there. And it's just like...
Yeah.
Kind of catches you by surprise because you didn't think you'd see her at that point.
Yeah, because they had hung it all up. Anyway, so it was good. I enjoyed it. There was again. I'm floored that this 56-year-old dude is running like he's running, jumping onto helicopters, hanging off of helicopters, jumping across buildings.
Because we get up out of the bed, we have sore backs.
Yeah, dude, I shit you not. I busted up my back trying to pick up the dogs yesterday.
And this guy's jumping out of a plane, right?
Because they're still puppies and everything, but they're not that little. I mean, they're the ones like 50 pounds. And I was like, I got you. And I was like, whoa. And this guy's jumping, literally like running. They show him running full tilt across a rooftop with
What
his
you're
wife.
missing though is
But
a
how
couple
many-
$1 million.
And a couple cutscenes.
Yeah, a personal
Dude,
trainer.
It was a long shot when he's just running.
I know,
running,
but how
running,
many? They could cut. Like
Come
if
on,
they,
man. You're not going to sell this guy short.
He is
on.
short though.
He is. That's right. He's like
5'6". No, I'm not saying it. That scene. I know what scene you're talking about. I was just getting tired watching.
I
it. I'm
know,
like,
that's what I'm talking
my
about,
God. He's like hustling all the way across this rooftop, and you're just like, dude, is he just not going to collapse?
Dude, when he did the what was it? I got it written down. What was it? It was the halo jump. Halo jump is 25,000 feet in the air. You need oxygen to do it.
Oh yeah, they didn't really do that though.
He did it.
He actually did it. I thought
He
that was.
did it over 100 times in order to get the footage right.
Man, you're really.
He
such a
halo jumped
proverbial-
100 times.
Yes.
Dude, he's like crazy.
He's a nutbag. And like,
Well, he believes in Scientology, of course. The aliens.
he's closer to the mothership.
Yeah, right.
Mothership.
If something goes on, his soul will go to somewhere or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Beam me up, Scotty.
But I was just floored that he did 100% of those stunts because one,
I didn't know. He did that. Are you sure he did it 100 times? I want to fact check on that.
106 times.
Do you have to be rich again, Scientology? Just real quick.
I don't know.
Because jumping out of a plane's one thing.
Think about it. Sorry.
Jumping out of
I
planes,
digress.
jumping out of planes one thing, but doing a halo jump where you have to take oxygen, that's like
Yeah.
upper level shit.
Well, Henry Cavill wanted to do it. He was like, I'll do it, man. I'll do it. And he's like, listen, I get it. This is Tom Cruise talking to Henry Cavill. He goes, I get it. But here's the thing. I've been training for this for whatever, months and months and months. He's like, you've had some wind tunnel training. He's like, you could kill us all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get it. But just strap your ass in.
So he's like an expert now or something like that.
Yeah, and the thing is that what's his name? Christopher McQuarrie, who's directed this show or this movie. Him and Tom Cruise are watching it, and
Sorry, I had to pee.
he leans over. Yeah, got running water. It is the basement. He leans over, and Tom Cruise is like, "We can do it better next time." Like, wants to up the ante and push the limits and stuff.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Dude,
I didn't know he actually.
they were
that scene
they were
was his.
flying helicopters that were as little as 6 feet apart from one another, and he was flying one of them.
No shit.
Wow.
Yeah,
You got to give the guy props, man. He's all balls out.
He's
Yeah.
a man's man.
yeah.
He should be running that Scientology church, dude. Shit
Just
like
might
that.
be.
He might be. I think there's only one guy above him.
I forget the ranks. They had like a rank thing.
Yeah,
There's like
but-
a,
And like every level you meet, I don't know. I watched part of that
We're
documentary.
not turning this into
I fell
Scientology
asleep though.
Yeah, it gets
podcast.
boring, dude. Liam Remini will tell you the truth.
Yeah, it's a cult. But yeah, helicopter, car chases, motorcycle chases. He's riding around in France on a motorcycle with no helmet, no safety gear. I'm thinking
that was
to myself,
awesome when he hit the thing and he like fell over.
Yeah.
Like, but that was like almost planned for him, and he just cut that thing and he fell right through. And it's like, holy
That's
shit.
more along the
Yeah,
lines of
ridiculous.
Fitzgerald guy. He's got no safety gear. That's awesome. And he was driving through town. He's got no safety gear. That was awesome.
But he's
Sorry.
he's definitely lost his mind.
Couldn't hold that back, could you?
I mean, he's probably worth in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Well, I would be in a bunker.
He's a man's man.
I
dude.
would be like afraid to go outside the door.
Yeah.
He's
I sure
Throw
as
it
hell
all into
wouldn't
the
be
wind.
wearing any safety gear.
but you know what I mean? He's got a hell of a lot to lose.
Probably.
I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about
Was it Fat Man Batman?
No, it wasn't. They were talking
Was it Joe
about-
Rogan?
I forget, Geek History or something like that. They were talking about Mission Impossible, all the movies in the past. And the one guy, he said something that was really funny. I wish I could remember his name. But he said, wouldn't you like to be the insurance adjuster or the guy who has to, the insurance company who collects the premium
Yeah.
for Tom Cruise? He's
Oh, yeah.
And I think he said that'll be $80 million or something like that.
It's all paid by Scientology.
Yeah.
Because they get his checks. I think I did hear that though. When you sign up for Scientology, they get a percentage of your.
That's what I'm saying. You have to be rich.
There's a lot of religions like that do the tithing.
Yeah, but at least they're upfront about it.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, some of them.
They don't doubt it.
But it's the sixth movie in the series. It's right now it's number one in the box office.
2 thumbs up. Definitely, if you're thinking about it,
Yeah.
you won't regret it.
So, were you guys like into the Mission Impossible series? Or you just
I
did
liked
like
it.
I did? You caught them
Or
on video?
growing up.
Yeah, well, 96.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the show.
Yes, the movies. Yes, I liked them. I liked them. I wasn't like yo.
I love the
ooh.
first one. I thought the first one was. I haven't seen it in years. I haven't gone back and
That's
watched it.
J.J. Abrams. It's his first move.
It was like
movie.
it was like a bond for me.
1996. That was JJ's. He directed that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
God damn it! You're looking at me now, Nick, and I'm gonna have to.
Because I never heard that. I didn't hear
He's
you.
trying to reverse Matlock you.
Dude, I don't know. JJ was what, like 14 at the time?
No, he's older than I am.
I am kidding, dude. I don't know. 1996 was 20 years ago.
22. Because
It could be. I think maybe. I don't want
He was trying to think of an ending for Lost.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was his director.
It was a good movie. It was really
debut.
good. I do like Rogue Nation. Rogue Nation was probably my second favorite because I
Rogue
watched
Nation
it like
was
last.
good.
Yeah, I watched it last
Yeah.
week. And Jeremy Renner's in that, and I like the one scene where they're in a car chase. Him and Buggy, or what his name is, Benji are in a car chase in Rogue Nation. Jeremy Renner's with the black guy. What the hell is his name?
Ving Rhames.
Vim Rhames, and they don't know they're in the same city, but they're just looking for it, and they happen to bump into each other in a car space, and they're like, "Hey guys," you know, they're like, "Oh shit!" But it's just like it's timed well.
It's a really there's a lot of good movies there. A couple of them skip the beat, but I think the series in general is a really fun series to watch.
I think it's good.
They'll make another one. I bet
Yeah.
you.
Did you hear Ving Rhames? Ving Rhames lives in Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
He had a neighbor had called the police and said there's a large black man in the house next door, and they knock up on the door, and he opens the door, and there's Santa Barbara police with guns drawn.
What?
Are you serious?
Swear to God. I mean,
And that was his house?
it was his house.
How does the neighbor not know that's Vin Rhames?
That was my question, dude.
He's a famous actor,
Kidding me?
dude.
I'd be over his house, be like, "Hey, Mr. Rhames, can I hang out?"
What a
Yeah, he
dick.
ain't hanging out now.
Yeah, what a dick.
But that's fucked up. Like, first of all,
It's his house.
it's his house. You pull up in a squad car, you should be able to say, "All right, I know whose house this is."
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Right.
Yeah, which you could
should
look up.
check the
and
address.
Yeah. Especially him too, by the way, because it's not some civilian. So you're like, hey, it's this dude.
Yeah,
He is a big guy.
yeah,
And he's black.
But really, Jamie, to Nick's point, that's the best point ever. How do you not know Ving Rhames is
Yeah,
living
yeah.
next door to you? And first of all, if you're looking in that dude's house,
What are you doing?
you're an asshole.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's not like they're probably $1 million homes. It's not like he lives like next
Close,
door where you
yeah.
can look
Could
in the
be,
window.
man. But, you know, California.
I know, they're expensive.
California
He could have
like-
expensive binoculars, and he could be jerking it.
Yeah, the Vin
Yeah.
Rames.
Yeah.
It was the
black
Gimp.
guy over there.
The Gimp lived next door to him.
Dinklage.
No, not the Imp. The Gimp from not Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
From Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's got
that's
the
right.
zipper over his eye.
Bring me the Gimp.
Yeah.
I remember that scene.
Yeah, bring me the
So
camp.
disturbing.
Yeah, that's a cowboy scene.
creepy.
Oh no!
Bruce Willis got
Don't ever tell anybody about that.
Yeah, we go. Yeah,
That was a good scene.
yeah, it's amazing. But Ghost Protocol was that? Wait, was that one of?
Ghost Protocol was before Rogue Nation.
Yeah, that was decent.
That was which one was the wife one? Where she?
I think
that
that
was the
Ghost
third.
Protocol.
No, it was the third one.
Was
Ghost
it?
Protocol was 4.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I mean, like I said, I would catch these movies when they came out.
Yeah, they were like good, but they weren't like I didn't go seek them.
$5.99, I'd buy it.
Yeah,
you
fuck
know,
it.
or rent it.
Yeah.
Like I said, this was my first
Entertaining.
Tom Cruise movie because I was too young when Top Gun came out. I'm sure if I was old enough, I would have saw Top Gun.
Yeah.
no doubt in my mind because that was just jets and everything.
Highway to the Danger
Dude, it
Zone,
was
man.
awesome.
Yeah.
That soundtrack still resonates, man. It's
That
badass.
hard.
But
That picture of him in that like motorcycle with with the jacket.
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
yeah. Sunset.
Yeah, and
Fuck
of course
yeah.
the volleyball scene, gentlemen.
Dude. Of course.
Got the sweat trickling down.
Nick, you drifted off on me, man. Come on back.
He got all googly eyed.
Did you know in those scenes with they actually had to shoot the scenes differently when he was with the what's her face? I don't know her name.
Kelly.
Whatever. Because she's actually like 5'10".
Yeah.
So she like at the elevator scene, she's actually leaning back and
Little movie magic.
little movie magic with him.
He's stepping on a soapbox.
Yeah.
He's a little-
digging trenches in the beach.
Yeah.
That was in I forget who it was, one of the older movies. Anyway, but awesome series. I thought that if this is the last one they ever do, which I doubt it will
No.
be.
Oh, they'll milk the shit out of that.
Yeah.
If they got this much off it, they'll get it.
if this is going to make money, yeah.
Yeah, I see it. I do see it as a little bit of a Bond thing. You know,
Yeah, I like that though.
Why not?
I like Bond.
He's an American Bond motherfucker. Not the Brit. Even though Henry Cavill's up for the new Bond.
is he really?
Yeah, he's
Wow.
trying. That's what he said. This role was. He said it's like almost like him trying to become the Bond.
Sweet.
He could do it, man.
I liked him actually better in Man from U.N.C.L.E. I liked his
Yeah, he
character
was
in that.
amazing
That
in
was
that.
really good.
Why don't they just keep doing that then?
I agree. I don't hear any.
You don't have to do another Bond.
Bond's old, man.
Yeah,
Bond's but Bond's like a
Bond's Bond.
Bond is like not like Star Wars, but it's like that kind of thing.
I
It
love-
carries on. It just
It's
know
a
what I mean?
franchise.
I love James Bond, but I kind of like got disinterested the last like 2. I was just kind of like, it's the same
Well,
stuff.
it's time for them to switch it up. That's all it is. They got to switch up the actor, get a new spark going.
yeah.
That's all it
maybe
is.
Skyfall was good.
Yeah, Skyfall was.
Skyfall was good. I'm
Oh.
Solace. I didn't
Yeah.
see that yet.
Skyfall was good.
I like Skyfall. I didn't see the last one because I kind of like.
was good. It was all right.
I heard it was good. It's just kind of like
Yeah,
I like
It's all
Sean
fun.
Connery's the Bond man. Let's get real.
Yeah,
True.
but I liked what's his name too. The guy that the guy in the 80s. I thought he was good.
Well, there was
Damn it, I can't think of his name.
from the 80s.
Yeah, the guy that like
I know who you're talking
Richard
about.
Moore or something like that.
Yeah, Roger Moore.
Roger Moore.
Roger Moore.
Yeah.
He was the.
I thought he was good.
He
He
wasn't
was
bad.
he was my Bond because Connery
He
was
just-
a little before me,
Yeah.
and then
Pierce
Roger
Brosnan was
Moore.
later,
Yeah.
right?
Pierce Brosnan could have been really good, but I think they played
I
the
thought he was
tech.
good.
I think they played the tech side too much with him.
Yeah,
Well,
but
that was.
everybody wanted
But
him.
if you remember, that was when like tech started taking a turning point.
No,
Like
it
that-
did. It did.
Yeah.
So that's why they were like they fed into it.
Yeah.
But everybody wanted him as James Bond. I mean,
Oh,
he
dude,
did
he was
Remington
awesome.
Steele.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember that show
Yeah.
where he was like the faux? He was the pretty face behind the woman who really ran the company.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, there would not be GoldenEye, the video game.
Truth.
Which was fucking...
Preach.
Damn, that game was fucking good. That's one of the all-time best. I don't
It led
give a
to
shit
everything
what
they
anybody
did out.
fucking says.
It was the first shooter game, wasn't it?
It was like the way they did it. Yeah. Well, no, because you can go like Doom or Wolfenstein and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But shooter game console like
a
that,
couch co-op, man.
It is fucking badass.
You could
dude.
smoke a buddy of yours from a distance
Yeah.
and just dance on his grave. That
with a
was like
shitty gun that would
Oh, yeah.
piss people off.
It's amazing. But these movies, there's one aspect of these movies. I love the twists and the intrigue and the espionage take on it, and even some of the throwbacks to some of the corny stuff. Like it's not even it's like an homage to the shows that were in the, I believe it was the late 60s, early 70s was the original.
I think it was early 80s, wasn't it?
No, Mission Impossible?
I thought it was early 80s.
No.
No, I think it was 70s or
Okay.
60s or 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it
I
early?
mean,
I never
we can
actually
fact
watched
check
it.
it for sure.
I don't think I ever. I saw an episode or two.
But in that, the whole thing was, lighting the fuse. It was the timer. It was the music. That music's awesome. And the soundtrack on this last one is amazing because they weave it in so subtly. It kind of reminded me when you hear the best way that John Williams weaves in the Star Trek theme song.
Star Wars.
Star
He's
Wars.
back on 9, by the way.
Oh, is he? Yes. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all new music, but then you'll hear a hollow, like,
Yeah. Subtle.
It's not overpowering. Like you're
Yeah.
just.
Yeah.
You know.
And so they did the same thing with this last Mission Impossible. I thought they handled it perfectly.
Where it's not uncalled for.
Yeah, it's just really like it weaves in the bum, 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 that type of thing. But the stuff that's the throwback stuff, like they still keep with, the rubber mask and the disguise, and they still keep with, and they call it out a little bit in this one. They say, you're still doing the rubber mask? And
Oh, yeah, I remember.
which wounds up being Henry Cavill's undoing.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Which was a nice little twist. And then the mission, of course, you can choose to accept it. And
They
it's
make jokes about that, too, a couple of
Yes,
times.
Really
Yeah, they did.
self-referential and really kind of self-deprecating, I
Which
should say.
which adds a little flavor to it. Like,
Yeah.
well, I get
It's
it.
okay. It's like when Hawkeye gets called out, when he calls himself out on using an arrow.
He's like, I was like,
You know.
what am I doing here?
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was really good. Obviously, action packed. Performances were amazing. And yeah, I think it rightfully tops off the list of all the Mission Impossible movies as in my book as the number one. And yeah, what the hell? I'll go see another one. Jamie, you got to see it.
I will go see it.
Yeah. Wait till it comes out on DVD.
Nah, I might go see it. My birthday's coming up, so I'll probably go.
When's your birthday?
I might double dose it. I might do that. I want to watch
I'll ask him off air.
Nah, I want to watch the. I want to watch
All
the.
that fan mail.
I want to watch the Equalizer.
Oh, so do I.
Dude, the
Definitely good.
Equalizer, I heard is great.
Yeah?
Yeah, a buddy of mine saw it and he said it was good.
Love the first one. We talked about it last episode. Love
yep.
the first one.
And I just saw it like on. I was talking to Nick about it the last episode,
Yeah.
but I saw it on TV. And I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I gotta go see that second one
Yeah, that
because
does
there's
look
nothing
good.
really coming out in between there, right?
No.
What's the next one then coming out? Not so.
And then I'll take. I'm gonna take Reese to see Teen Titans
That'd
yeah,
be
you
cool.
said that. Yeah.
Yeah,
because
there's,
she
I mean,
likes that, so I'm gonna take her to go see that.
till the end of August, and it's Predator, Spy Who Dumped Me, and Slender Man. That's the only thing I had on my radar.
Yeah.
And I don't really care about any of that
Wah
stuff.
wah wah.
I mean, I might see Spy Who Dumped Me with Cindy, but
I'm really surprised Labor Day weekend isn't a bigger one.
dude, the kids are going back to school before in this area before
But
September.
still a 3-day weekend, though.
True.
I'm surprised it's not a bigger sell for movies.
They better Fortnite it up.
Yeah.
It's coming.
That's right.
That's good.
So I think 2 out of the 3 of us are thumbs up for Mission Impossible. So definitely recommend.
Third only because I didn't see it.
Yep,
You would
exactly.
be though. I think you'd like it.
Yeah, I know. No doubt.
So we got a little bit of time. Actually,
We're way over.
we're way over.
Yeah, I was going to say, dude.
You want to do a couple
went
fact checks
right
or
past the
wait?
guardrail. It don't matter.
All right, a couple fact checks.
Throw it out there.
Just the ones that the one we mentioned earlier, and we talked about Jeff Bezos being the richest guy in the world. We were spot on with that, but
How much?
$143 million. $1 billion, excuse me.
Billion. Yeah, I was about to say he said million. I was like,
Billion.
Yeah, million doesn't
this
sound
is the
right.
1990s, man. It's,
1990s, that wasn't even true.
Can't even buy a small tech firm for that.
yeah, you
John.
couldn't even get in the. Could you get in?
You weren't even in the top. You had to be in a billionaire to be one of the richest people in the world in the 90s.
Yeah, but like low billions, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like low billions.
Do you know when Rockefeller, not to get off top of Rockefeller, when he retired, his money's worth when he retired then what it would be worth today is like $300 billion.
Yeah, yeah. He was
fucking
like
ridiculous.
Yeah, he was ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Because
He had all the money.
Yeah, well, I saw something like over the lifespan of like all his grandkids. I forget. They said it was like something ridiculous. It was like 10 or 20 generations. I'm like way off base, but it was like something you're like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Like,
Because when they split up that company, when he had the one oil company that was doing everything in the United States, they split it up to Texaco, BP and all that. Instead of him having stock in just one company, he had stock almost controlling stock in all these companies.
Yeah, that was to deregulate.
yeah, he was the monopoly.
Quote,
He was
unquote.
the OG monopoly.
Yeah, it was like
Absolutely.
the first.
Dude used to
yeah.
walk around in one of those.
He was the monopoly man.
Yeah.
Literally. He was literally the monopoly man. And he passed go and he got more than $200.
So true.
And he never went to jail.
I would have had a monocle though, for sure.
Dude, 100%.
And a top hat.
The other thing I wanted to bring up along the same lines is this is another fact check. I'm just going to say it fact fucked. Netflix was trading. I said they were worth 300 and some billion. I was way off. They are worth about 152 billion. What I was reading was their stock price. Their stock price was $362 a share.
Okay.
So that's another. And this is a fun one. We'll end with this fun
So
fact.
Bezos, whatever, can't buy him. Still.
He couldn't buy him now.
Still now.
He'd have to give up all his money.
Yeah. Transformers, the original Seekers, Starscream, it was of course one of them. This is more like we just didn't know the other ones.
Yeah.
Starscream, Skywarp, Thundercracker, Thrust,
Thundercracker, that's the one I was the purple one, right?
That's right. Thrust, Dirge. It might have been Dirge or Ramjet. I don't know if it's
Oh,
Thundercracker.
you're right. It could be. I don't know.
I think it was Dirge or Ramjet. But none of which have been announced for the Bumblebee movie.
Okay.
So
Better be Starscream. That would be so cool if it was.
that would be awesome. Oh, and
But
just
Michael Bay did produce it, so I don't know.
yeah. Just a couple more. Well, we'll shift over. We'll do some fun facts. Real quick fun fact. Darth Vader only has 12 minutes of screen time in Star Wars: A New Hope.
Really?
Yeah,
that makes sense though.
Yeah. Nah, that's
But that
obvious.
just like adds the intrigue.
Yeah,
to it.
that does.
Yeah.
So you don't need to have the villain in the whole.
Yeah, you
the
don't
whole
have to
movie.
they don't have to beat you over the fucking head with
Didn't
it.
need it, right?
Not
He
unless
didn't
it's-
show up in a gold robe. That's for fuck's sake.
And we'll close with this one because I think, Nick, you'll like this one. Jamie, you might not understand this one. Maggie from The Walking Dead, Lauren Cohen,
No, I don't understand.
was in 2006's Van Wilder, The Rise of Taj.
Was she really?
Who is she?
Yeah.
Who is she in that though?
She plays basically Taj's girlfriend.
Okay, I know who it is.
Yeah, that's
I haven't seen that in a long
Yeah,
time.
no, well, I watched the shit out of that movie.
Oh,
Like,
Maggie's
I,
hot too. So I
Well, I
gotta
used to
remember.
watch the shit out of that movie.
Yeah, and to your point, Nick, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, really.
I have to
Wow,
rewatch
wow.
that.
It was an awesome Van
Well,
Wilder.
the first Van Wilder is the best, but yeah,
It's UK Van Wilder, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's British.
and wasn't he in Obama's office,
he-
cabinet for a while?
Yeah, he
He
was
was
in,
like the liaison to Hollywood or something like that.
yeah, he had a real job in DC for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's heavy. Cal Penn. He's heavy into politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it for fun facts and fact checks. I still got way more than we have for this episode. So for this week's episode of the Nick, John, and Jamie, thank you, Nick, John, and Jamie Show. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And please be sure to subscribe to our show on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and the YouTubes. And if you're really digging the show, leave us a 5-star review. You can also follow us on Twitter at NJJ Show, Instagram at NJJ Show, or if you're on the Facebooks, the Nick, John, and Jamie Show, You can just search that up and follow our page. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us, and have a great week.